Hello everybody, Thorgal here, and welcome back to another episode of Avant 3 here on the FTOG server. Today I have a lot of things planned that have to do with this area right here. I hate it. I know it's crazy this late in the series, but I am finally sick and tired of the look of this and how it's organized, and we're gonna get busy today fixing this up and also redoing the storage and all the machines. Now let me show you guys something first. You guys notice the guardians are back at spawning, and that is because I changed. You guys see these little bars down here? That's not glass. These are chisel in bits, that blue glass here. I had the fence gates for the longest time, and one day my FPS just dropped incredibly when I looked at them. And it took me a while to figure out why it's happening. And right now you guys see when I'm looking over here I have 110-ish FPS. So that is what I wanted. So I tore down these fence gates a long time ago and there was nothing going. And I started running low on some of these things. People are still using the products from this farm. And today I was starting with putting the fence gates back in to see if it maybe fixed it. But then I noticed I can't do that anymore because we got molasses doors. That's just, you know, when you put two fence gates next to each other, they become one that opens up in the middle and so on. So none of that works anymore. And then I started with signs. But signs are simply a pain in the butt to set up. And then I'm like, you know what? Why don't I chisel and bit something? And it's not perfect yet because you guys see some of them are still sitting here. Eventually they always fall down. Over here we have probably, I don't know, this one over here is not as fast. If I stay over here for a couple, you guys are going to see an insane amount of them spawning in this left tower. The right one, not so much. I'm not sure why. And FPS is going anywhere from 70 to 110 in this, right? But when I look over here, it all goes kaput. I'm going down to the 20s at times. And that is especially when I go to the outside. And that is something in this area. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's mechanism, the pipes. Because I went over to Toddy the Body's base earlier. He has 5 mechanism machines that were all 5 running at full speed. And I was at 115 FPS looking at them. But he doesn't have any of the mechanism pipes you guys see out here. Actually, it's so funny. Now it's much better than it was before. I never got over 20. Now I'm in the 40s. But anyways, so my plan for today is also to tear all this down. We're going to get rid of all of this, all the pipes, all this quintuple ore processing over here. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but these salination or evaporation towers, they cause a lot of lag. Mechanism is when we have a couple people on the server doing mechanism things like setting up the dynamic tanks, or like poor non-sanity, he invested weeks of farming to make that big induction matrix, that big energy cube. And it was up for one day and he had to turn it down. Because it was using over 30% of the processor on the server. One port. He reported it and stuff, but nothing has happened. Mechanism is really bad on server TPS and local FPS. So I'm tired of it. I think that was one of the reasons I didn't like spending time in here, because I don't like these FPS drops. And I'm sure you guys don't like them either. Right, like I said, it's funny. Now I have never gotten below 40. But earlier I was down in the 20s. Anyway, so I'm going to tear all this down. And let me show you guys that we don't need quintuple ore processing anymore. It was fun figuring out this. I've figured this out multiple times. Mechanism adds a lot of unique features to Minecraft that are really awesome. But the mod just causes too many issues for me right now. So I'm going to get rid of all the pipes, the quintuple ore processing. We're still going to keep some of the machines, because the machines by themselves don't seem to cause any issues if you hook them up in a different way. But check it out. Why we don't need quintuple ore processing is because we have materials I can never use. I have 87,000 iron, 38,000 gold, almost 70,000 copper, 70,000 tin, you know, 60,000 lead. Let's go diamonds. I still have 12,200 diamonds. What else? Nether quartz, 50,000. So you guys get the point. I don't need it. But I did plan on when we set up a different ore processing with these machines, we're just gonna double them. Okay, that's all we really need. But then I think I'm gonna upgrade this solar panel and the other solar panel over there, and probably change them both to ore, just for fun, because I really don't need any of the resources anymore. I've been voiding them. I mean, check this out. Oh, by the way, I was gonna show you here. I'm overflowing on redstone now, so it's starting to put that into the regular storages here, because I don't have any room. Oh, I do. I can't put a void upgrade on here then when I moved the storage today. But anyway, yeah, so this was full. I used a bunch today. But check it out, like the clay over here, right? This is full. 208 stacks of clay blocks, and it was starting to overflow. Then I put it over here and said, because this is voiding, there is another 183 stacks of clay. You know, all this other stuff here is full. Stone, cobble, of course, everything. These guys over here, I have 56 stacks on average of each one of different clays, so just don't think I need anything anymore. I could probably turn it off for the rest of the season and never run out of something, maybe ender pearls or something, but I don't have them automated. But we have outgrown this room as well. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna tear all this down over here. That's why I brought this modular storage here, right? Because I don't want to get rid of these. Okay, we've invested a lot of time in making them, and I was thinking of making designs for all the different ones, right? But then I said I might reuse them again in the different workstations. I don't exactly know yet how I want to set this up, but I'm gonna figure something out. But let me turn on my magnet. There we go. And so I'm gonna tear everything down and start putting that into that modular storage. So I have it all in one place. I don't need to search for it anymore. And then, the other thing I gotta do first, though, before we do that, come down here and set this guy to off. So it's not pulling out anymore. It's just gonna keep everything in this. Yeah, I figured out how I want to do it. So, and of course our storage, you guys know how much I love RF tools. It's probably the best mod that there is in Minecraft right now. I mean, MacJetty is just doing such an amazing job of keeping it updated, always being the first when Minecraft goes up in versions and so on. It's an amazing mod. And this thing right here is awesome. I love being able to order everything remotely, but I do want to change over to refined storage today. Simply because then I can set up auto crafting very easily. You can also do auto crafting with RF tools, but it's a little more involved. And I can set up govern my ore processing with it, set up a bunch of pattern, get everything just done for the rest of the series, because I still have a lot of things planned, and I think it's just time. I want to set this up. I've been very busy here tearing down everything that was in this area, and check it out. When you look at my FPS, I'm getting sometimes up to 120. Right now I'm at 90. And that is the area over here now, 100, 108, 110. In case you're wondering, it's a little number on top of the minimap. Probably really hard for you guys to read there, but I always have it shown up there. So yeah, this is nice. Over 100 FPS in my area again. This is what I wanted. And of course, it dips a little bit every once in a while because there's still lots of stuff happening here. I turned these guys off. Everything is full again. And I came up with this design here for a subfloor. Because it was open, right? And we just had this little room up here. And I did say that I want to redo that. And I didn't know what kind of ceiling to make. So I just went crazy. And I'm very happy how it turned out. Let me know how you guys like it. Of course, these lights over here are now not the way I want them, but I can only do one thing at a time, so these are gonna change, I'm pretty sure, as well. And I haven't finished the corners yet and so on, because I was very busy up here. This is that little room where we were in, right? This was all the storages, the storage drawers, the controller was over here, and so on. And this is the room now. It's still very messy because I still have to move all of this. And after I moved the drawers and the compacting drawers down here, I just rescanned in the oh my words, RF Tools storage scanners, and have the drawer back, so I have access to everything. And now I kind of want to set up refined storage first before I continue, because there's going to be a lot of auto crafting I want to do. I want to get it set up first so I can start putting items in there and teaching it. But check it out. One thing I learned yesterday on the patron server, which I thought was really cool. I had no idea. Let's look for something here. Let's look for redstone. Okay, let's say there's an item and I need redstone for it. And I don't know where my redstone is. Let's say you have a big mess in your base or something, right? You can hover over it and press T, like Thomas. Check it out. You get sparklies, sparklies, and up there sparklies. Let me show it again while I'm hovering over here. Just T. You see that? And the controller here and also the draw. So I know I have redstone in here. And then, check it out. Yep, there's redstone in here. Redstone in here, and of course redstone in here. I was pressing that by mistake. I wanted to press R to look up a recipe and pressed T by mistake, and I'm like, whoa, what just happened? Because also the GUI automatically closes when you do that. T. I thought I'll show you guys that trick. I think it's really neat, and I don't know what mod adds that, if it's JEI or another mod, but it's incredible. It's really cool. So I also started playing around with the RF tools teleporting over here because that's what I want everybody to switch over. And I have a couple ideas. Like I said, I'm going to be very busy. So, but the first thing I want to set up now is just where I want to have the main terminal where I'm going to spend most of the time when I craft. And because this room is even, this is the middle right here. It needs to be somewhere in. I'm thinking like right here. Okay, and I need, for that, I need to have a, here's how we're gonna do it. Let's see. Let's put, no, I want the controller to be on the ground. I can always move it around. Let's just put the power cell right there. And we are gonna put, oh, I need this guy now. Come here. Put that guy right there. Oh my god, I hope you guys cannot hear my cat meowing. He wants attention right now. Are you done, buddy? No? I wonder if you guys can hear that. And then here we're gonna put the crafting grid right now. Of course, there's nothing else. And I made 8 of these drives. But these drives, I don't want to be here. I'm not happy about this yet, but we'll move it around eventually. I want to keep a couple of spaces over here. Because next mod pack update, I'm probably going to add another mod called Quantum Storage, which is like deep storage units. And it's like deep storage units like we used to have, right? You can hold billions of items and so on, because I kind of wanted to have a solution for redstone. And I know Non-Sanity has been asking me to add that mod for quite some time now. Because he has so many items from his quantum, from the Matrix, the Duction Matrix project that he had. He has like millions and millions and millions of iron and so on. So anyway, now one thing I found out, which is kind of a bummer. Oh, I gotta put in one disk for now. I made one 16K disk right here. That's the disks I want to go with. The whole... What? Okay, that was weird. Why can't I put that in there by hand? What? Why can't I click in this by hand? What is happening? Type items. What? Now it shows it in there. Alright, there must be some kind of a glitch. But anyway, it's in there. My biggest problem is actually right now is that this refined storage doesn't give you any way of hiding cables. I can't find anything. And I asked the other guys on the server, they said, no, there's nothing. You gotta play around with microblocks or something. So I was thinking of running a cable right here. And I am gonna just cover that up with microblocks or something on top. And I probably want to have this so I can walk back here. So the cable needs to come up here. Okay. Because I want to be able to walk. That's why I made it like this. There's always two space. One, I can run cables, wires, and another one I can walk all the way around behind it. So I don't have these restrictions anymore like I had in this little room here. And this cable is gonna come out from underneath. So this one right here is going to be running around the entire room like that. And then connect all the machines. I'm guessing that I only need to connect one, right? These are all connected now. Yeah, it has power. Very cool. And then, for example, let me show you here. Let's take the alloy smelter and not the painting, sag mill. And we would put those. Power will run underneath these blocks here. So, for example, the sag mill would go, I think here, one port and yeah, just like that. And then the alloy smelter here. And then I can have something hooked up behind it, and then probably like a return on in the back side, something like that. And then, like I said, power is gonna run underneath that, which I could use this one to run power also over here. Oh, you know what? Why don't I do it like this? I can leave this here. Where's it go? Where'd it go? There we go. Can use the grid, like right here. I can move these two away, and then have some other. There's a fluid grid and all those things that I want to add. But then what I could do back here is, where's my controller? Put the controller right here. Put a power cell right on top of it. Oh no, I did say that I wanted to make the power cell. Maybe I'll just use two separate ones. Oh, I got it. I got it. We can use the power cell right here, powers this, and then I can run the cable this way. And then over here, I figure out how I'm going to do it. And I can put the controller right there. And then come up with the cable again. Sorry about that. I'm probably going to move it again, as far as I know myself. And now I don't need to have this trench here anymore. Good. Okay. And then here, we can, for example, in the back, put this wireless charger, because I really want to have a wireless charger in this area, so I can return and stuff. Okay, anyways, so now I got access, right? I can put stuff in here, and it's going to show me one. Yeah, 1 of 16,000. Very cool, so that works. Now, this brings me to my next thing, that what I want to get going, but I got to figure out how many items I need, and we'll set up the auto crafting in just a second, which I'm probably going to put to the left, and actually machines starting to run out of room already. Crazy. Check it out. I've got so much power everywhere. It's driving me nuts. I want to get this under control next. I got this solar panel, which is dedicated to the ore miner. I have this solar panel over here. Both of them are tier 2. That is dedicated. No, that is not dedicated. That powers the resource miner, and the rest goes into my power cell network. And at spawn, I have another solar panel for the Meteorator 9000, that passive mob farm. Not passive, the neutral mobs. Sheep, cows, and so on. And I'm using the power. I'm also feeding my network from that, because it's barely ever used, right? And then I have this canola farm going over here, but as of late, I have a... How does this work again? Yes, I have a heat generator up there with the solar panel. No, it's not a heat generator. What does it say heat generator? It's a solar panel. Just in case I ever run out of canola, I'm getting enough power so these, right here, the oil generators can keep going. But this is a real waste. Which brings me to my next point, chunk boundaries and chunk loading. You guys see I have a chunk loader right there that loads this area, which is barely used anymore. And it's a waste. And our server is now going on, I think, 5 months. And if you check our TPS, we're just barely around 20. It's good. We're not doing bad, right? But if you check chunk boundaries here, I have a chunk loader underneath in the basement that loads the entire circle. I wanted to make sure, you know, everything in the circle is loaded. But if you check it, it goes to right here, this corner, because you guys see, this is the chunk boundary. this is the chunk boundary. It's symmetrical. It's on all four sides. So these corners here are wasted. So what I was thinking of is picking up all my solar panels. I just want to show you guys over here. So there's the chunk boundary to here. So to this corner right there. Let me turn it on double. Right here to this corner. That's what you see. This is like 3 chunks that are wasted right here. About 3 chunks altogether. And on each corner. So that's 12 chunks. I was thinking of taking all these solar panels down, each one of them, and making whatever we can afford. Tier 4, Tier 5. Let's check here real quick. Environmental. I haven't made anything bigger than Tier 2, so solar panel controller Tier 4, which takes nether stars, what we have, and it takes. Okay. So I'm gonna say I'm probably gonna set up 2 of them. 1 in this corner and 1 in that corner. And feed that into a overall network. And then go around and change all my power cells and stuff out so they can hold more, because I know it's a lot of explaining, guys, but I'm trying to show you guys the thought process behind it. Now take this one for example here. This is the actually addition things, which I'm gonna move as well. But I have a power cell here going into a capacitor. It's not needed. I don't need this capacitor. This thing right now holds 14 million because I have 14 of... What is there 14? I should have had 15. It doesn't matter. But yeah, check it out. If I add another one to the network, now it shows 15 million. This holds 15 million. This thing here holds 10 million. I don't need these. So my thinking is that I want to upgrade these power cells to the next version. That's why the stuff is over here. And then, for example, limit it on certain things. So it means power cells are at every stage. Instead of the solar panel here, I'm going to have a power cell here feeding into the ore miner, which we're not going to upgrade today, I think, but I do want to upgrade this as well. But the thing is, this thing uses as much power as you throw at it, right? Well, let's say with these 2, I think I'm going to generate like 160,000 RF a tick. I'm going to limit a capacitor bank over here. Like, what's the max? 25,000. I'm probably going to make a 1 and limit it to 100,000. So this guy cannot get more than 100,000, which leaves me 60,000 RF a tick for everything else that I'm doing. I should never need that. I'm going to have a lot of stuff running to do that. But in order to do that, I wanted to check something out real quick, and that is... I want to upgrade it to the advanced power cells. It can hold 4 times as much per cell, it looks like. Yeah, 4 million. And I don't know what else is the difference. Infusing bonus reduces long distance power extraction cost. So we can also infuse these. We can make an infuser. But in order to do that, I need some infused diamond, which is dimensional shard around diamonds. And I don't have any dimensional shards. So I put up 63 here right now, and we're gonna use the actually additions drill, and we're gonna get rid of these 2. Oh, actually, take out the silk touch. I can't forget that. And fortune and this right here. And now, how many was that? Wow, 53. Holy shnikes! That is some serious fortuning there. And XP also. So out of 63, we have 7 stacks. Holy shnikes. Alright, so let's go ahead and make one of them. Because I have never used that before. So usage, I gotta make 4 of these. And now let's go ahead and upgrade one of these. Now here's the thing is, you guys see, I didn't take out the card, nothing. It still says owned by me. And I wanted to see if I put this down now, if it is still on the same channel, 12. Awesome. So now my network went from 15 up to 18 million, right? And it's 20,000 RF a tick, and this is 5,000. Okay, so that's also the difference is this one right here. Aha. So that means I need to have multiples of these if I want to feed this with 100,000 RF a tick. Okay, so I don't need this right now. I want to do this one more time. Give me a second here. Usage, I'm going to make 4 more. Oops, I got to go. Yeah, I need to make 4 more of these. And give it to me. I want to see this multi because it says on the tooltip here, this block can store power optionally in a big multi-dimensional structure. I don't know what that means. Okay, I figured that if I put these together, that it might have told me, all right, now this is a bigger one that can give you 40,000 RF a tick. What if I set this to none? I don't think that works. It's just that, you know, it's wherever you have them, but I don't think if I put multiples of these together. Alright, but there is one more, I believe. Isn't there one more level? Usage? No, okay. There's no more higher. So I'm gonna have to figure out, probably make a capacitor bank with 5 of these, feeding the capacitor bank, and then going out from there. So that would, I would have 100,000 RF a tick. I didn't want to have to do any guesswork, so I decided to go in a single player real quick, and I want to try this out. So go ahead and link. How does this work? I can never remember. Up here, right? No? Up there? Why you no linky? Oh, ID 1. Okay. And ID 1. So you stay here. Right? No? Now it's ID 2. That's how I link it. You put the main one up in here, and now it's linked to 2. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and link all of them to 2. So, this one right here, I'm going to set input-output so I can see on this Ender IO capacitor banks, they're never full and they're never empty. So, these are really good to test how much you actually suck in and out of something. So, I'm going to say all in. And you see it's just going to spike up there real quick, and now this is filled. This was actually over 80,000. How does that work? Because this one says 20,000 RF a tick. So, let's put the next one here and say all out and put one in there. So now we are at wait. What? It goes up there. There we are. Okay, so now we doubled it, 8 million RF, but still 20,000 RF. So now if I put one right there and set this to in, yeah, it's at a constant, you see, because it accepts 500,000. So that means these can only transport 20,000 RF, 20,000 RF in and out, apparently. Well, let's try this. Let's put another one here. Link it and set output. Aha! So you can pump in as much as you want. You see that doubled. But each one of them can only output 20,000. So if I put another one, this should go up to 6060. Out. Okay, so only the output is limited to 20,000, not the input. But now, what if I do this right here? Let's put another one here. And let's put 1, 2, 3. So if every side... Actually, I need to do this different. We're gonna put this guy right there. Let's just make it so I don't need to wrench it. I want to see if every side can do 20,000. Okay. So now when we link this, we'll see all out. Yes, so it's per side 20,000. See, that's what I wanted to figure out, because now I know that if I want to power that environmental ore miner with 100,000, I simply just hook up 5 of these conduits on 5 different faces. That way I don't even need the capacitor bank. But that's pretty cool. I just wanted to test this so there's no... Yeah, you see? 140,000. So in, they can accept as much as they want. So that is really good to know. I brought all the machines over from the modern house, our starter house, and I started playing around with the setup that I think would go pretty cool. And you guys see here, I put on the wrench so you guys can see all the facades. Because I noticed that I was gonna run out of room in here real fast if I keep everything on the outside. So what I decided on doing is I ran one power line down here, one underneath to here, and then a third one over there. This row, the front of the machines is going to be facing here. This is between the two rows, and then the front of these machines is going to face this way. And then I have another row right here where I'm going to say I'm going to stop with automating machines up to this, what's it called? Soul binder. So these over here are going to be manual machines. For example, you know, like the facade, the painting machine, the two actually additions machines here, I don't think I'm going to automate. Because I didn't want to run the cables here, I wanted to be able to walk through here, okay? Just so I don't want to have it too cramped, so I need to jump over stuff. I don't like that. So now we can have things happening here. That's my plan. So for that was not what I wanted to put there. I wanted to put a cable. So now the interfaces, the inputs or whatever it's going to be here, it's going to be on top, and then the return is going to be on the back, and I can do the same on this side. Okay, I don't know how many of these mechanism machines I'm actually going to automate, but it is ready. That's just my idea behind this. And then this corner over here is going to be auto crafting, and I will set this up in just a second. But one thing I wanted to do before that is I made a 64K fluid storage block. I didn't want to put a drive in there. I just want to have one per liquid, and I'm not going to... I can't get back here. That is an oversight. Oh, I guess I can always run around here to get behind this. I did say that this is not what I wanted to have, right? So what we're actually gonna have to do is, and that's something I just found out a minute ago, which is pretty nifty. Let me get some cables again. So we're gonna go down like this. These cables are microblock ready. Check it out. It's flush. Bam. I can hide this. I am really happy about this. I don't need to do... Perfect. I mean, this is exactly what I was looking for. I had no idea we could do this. So here, and then how many do I have? Yeah, we can close. Oh. But I think this is a problem it's the same. It's actually connected, but it doesn't show it. Just like we had the problem with the mechanism pipes. So hopefully next update this is going to be fixed. But for now, I'm fine with seeing this. It's okay. So now I can come back here, but I do want to have... I want to put this guy right here. And then, because I want to be able to, like I said, walk back here. This is going to be a little bit awkward here. Now I'm going to have to make... And here we're going to have a endless water source. I have so many left over from the mechanism setup. Okay, so, ready? I'm going to have down here. And place this from underneath. And set this to fluids. It's already filling. Okay. So now I have water in my refined storage system. That's what I wanted. What block was down there? Looks like I only have these. Okay, good. Now I can I get out? Thank you. So, I might add another one eventually for like lava and stuff, but I just wanted to have, you guys know there's so many recipes in Minecraft that always need water buckets and stuff like that. I don't want to have to worry about getting water, so this thing just always imports water into here. And if I am not mistaken, let's see, I don't know why my voice just cracked like that. No bucket, get a bucket. And give me... Oh, I can't. Where do I get water from real quick? Maybe. Do I have water in the system? I'm too lazy to go. I want to see if this works. Can I do this? No, I can't. Alright, I need to grab some water real quick. Well, luckily I live in the ocean, right? I don't know why it took me so long to figure out where to get water. That's kind of funny. Oh, man. Yeah. Wait, what's going on here? DPS, stop it. Might be saving right now or something. Okay, because I think that we can limit this here and say water only. There we go. So in case this ever runs out and I would have an automatic lava source or something, right? It won't allow me to put anything in there but water. So that's good. Okay, so now we have this. These right here, I still need to figure out how we're gonna automate this. I had two actually. I forgot that I had to. This other one I crafted before this whole spiel started. So, auto crafting. Let's set up these here first for a second. I forgot again. Elevator. This is the middle, so to the left. Okay. I don't want to have this guy on the floor. I decided I want to have like the crafting monitor right there on top. Why do I only have a regular grid? Oh, I must have forgotten to upgrade that. There's the... Where's the crafting grid? What? Did this turn into a regular grid when I broke this just now? Or did I never upgrade it? I'm a little bit confused right now. Okay, but let's put the pattern grid right here. And then the fluid grid on top here. And then this is going to be... I could have sworn that this was a crafting grid. Processor grid crafting table. No, I think that was my bad. I think I never upgraded that. So let's do that real quick. Wow, I'm running low on these already. I had a whole stack a minute ago. Well, not a minute ago, but let's just wait this out for a second. And give it to me. Alright, so now we have a crafting gig. So I'm pretty sure I never upgraded this. Okay. Yeah. Okay, sweet. So, and the fluid, you guys see, shows us the water. You can't actually do anything with this, by the way. You know, like input, output and stuff. And this is going to be the crafting, yes. So, these go right there. And then we also have this processing pattern encoder, which I was thinking... Oh, no, it's gonna need a cable. That's... grid. Also, they all just show grid. Interesting. So this is the pattern grid. Okay, I'm just gonna put it for here now. Because this is the one that you need for when you want to do things for machines. So it is ready to be used. Now, I want to try something out with these crafters here. So there's gonna be... I don't know which way I want them to be facing. If this is... I don't know what the faces mean. If this is the front, it kind of looks to me like it should be placed like this, no? I have no idea. I guess I can always figure that out. So, I do kind of want to have them... Okay, you don't... Okay, apparently they want to be placed like this. So let's do that. Now, here's the thing is, and that's why I brought the storage scanner. There's something I want to try out real quick, and that is... I need some power for this thing. Set to output. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to set this to a radius of 4 and scan. So it does show every one of these disk drives and the power cell. Okay, but I can actually not... Well, let's see real quick. I'm gonna have to put something in here. You take these conduits. All routable. Okay, so it cannot read the actual drives, which is good to know. But I'm still not happy about seeing those at all. You guys see in a second what I'm trying to do here. Because, check it out, there is no interface terminal like in Applied Energistics, right? So I would have to come to every single crafter every time to figure out, hey, where can I put whatever pattern I'm currently doing? And so my thinking here is, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I won't be able to put one here. Okay, I got a couple more. Let's... How am I gonna do... Oh. I can put one down here. Okay. So that's again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. So it's right now this way. So I have 5 more. Let's come to here. And I am gonna take this last one out. Put it right there. So now that is 2, 4, 6, 8. So if I move these there, I do need to take this disc out. Put it in the first one because that's gonna drive me bananas otherwise. And I still have cable. Bam, bam. Okay. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'd rather have these two right there. And now we have 6, 7 on this side. Okay. Now you'll see in a second what my problem is going to be here. I need to go back here and see how I'm gonna do that. So I'm going to put... So if I scan from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 from here. And then this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, empty. Okay, so I'm actually gonna set it right here. In the corner. This storage scanner and the power for it, we're just gonna slap in the corner here. And now if I do a radius of 9 and scan, really a beacon? Alright, this is gonna go away. The power cell, there's nothing I can do. Okay, so I'm gonna make all of these routable. The crafters. And it doesn't really matter that I see this other stuff. I'm just gonna move it down here in a second. Oh man, that's a lot. That should be enough patterns for a while. Okay, so you bottom, bottom, bottom. Move all this stuff out of the way. Oh, am I already on the bottom? Never mind. Okay, good. So now I can take this storage terminal and shift right. Wait, was that not how you do it? What? Oh, I need a storage control module. I forgot about that. Storage. I don't think I have remote storage. Okay. Storage control module. Please tell me I can craft you. I certainly can. Okay. And now we're gonna take this and shift right click it. Okay. So now that is bound to this thing, I can take this scanner, put it... come on. Oh, don't do me like that. There we go. And we can right-click this right there. So now when I right-click this, I have access to all these crafters from right here, right? And I can directly... Let's make a pattern here real quick. The first pattern that I definitely want to make is going to be recipe, not T, recipe, that thing right there. Okay, because I constantly need to make this enriched quartz iron. And now I could, for example, just take the first one. And please don't let me down. Yes, there we go. And if I press shift, it even, see when I go to all routable, I can see everything that we're gonna have. Let's see where it put this first. probably be in one of these here. There it is. It shows this one first. Now let's say I want to make another pattern here. Well, let's just make this one right here. Glass, yada yada yada, done. And I want to make sure, because this put it right there, you're gonna make this. I want to make sure that I put it. Does that work if I put it in here? Are you gonna put it into that? No, it's gonna put it into the first one. That's not what I wanted. So let's see here. Let's take this one back out. So I'm gonna unroute this one, now put it in, and now route it again. So now I have one in each. You see that? They're both there. This is in the first one. Anyways, this is just a way, so I don't need to click each one of them to find out on how to do that. And I forgot actually where I saw this trick. It might have been Rock. I don't remember, but I saw it somewhere. Somebody mentioned that they're using a storage scanner for all their crafters, and I thought it was a really good idea, and that's how I'm going to do it. For this last part that I want to get set up today, I needed to move the machines around again. There was only a one gap in here between, because I thought that this is like AE2, where you run the cables first and then you had room on both sides for like import buses, export buses, and so on. But this is like the old AE system, so items here come with the cable. So I can only have one of those per block space, so I couldn't talk to the machine right next to here. So that's why I made two gaps here. And we need to make a pattern. Oh yeah, sorry. And so over here, this area is going to be the automation area. All these machines I'm going to set up auto crafting, import, export, all that stuff. And all the manual machines I moved over here. And it looked very naked just having a few of these, right? And then I started playing around with all the stuff that I still have left over from tearing down the mechanism area, and I'm liking it. This is kind of like the main control console here next to this. I was even thinking it'd be kind of cool to incorporate these, like take these monitors and put them in here. That kind of thing, or I might just redo this later and have another square command console here with different sides and so on. But for today, this is just gonna stay this way. Then I played around here because I have so many of these screens, right? So ftog, then here we got my area. I took a screenshot of the map. How do I get to here? I took this and then uploaded it to Imager right there because I was pulling out the maps. I was just gonna hang up maps first, which would be cooler because they update. So if I add like the solar panels on the side and stuff in the corners, so right there and right there, then the map would update if it gets rendered again. But I cannot figure out how to center this map. So that's why I just took the screenshot. Then of course the mod pack and then my smirky face right over there. And right here I'm going to have a to-do list. So far I got a couple things on here. We're going to set up the solar power, upgrade the miners, the travel network, which I had an idea. I was going to set it up right here in the middle. Right here, use a big area and have predefined transmitters. Still some of those super crafting frame teleporting thingamajiggies and so on. And of course I still gotta dress up these two corners. That was never meant to stay this way. Where are we? Right there. Then I gotta set up some new ore processing, which is gonna be happening over here. Simple, just double ore processing. And then once we have all that, I'm also gonna work on my personal inventory. I don't want to use this anymore. I love it, the idea behind it. But you guys see right here how long I'm waiting for this to show up again. Bam, there it is. And it's constantly flickering. And it's just not usable anymore with the TPS. Let's see here how much we have. What? Forge TPS, wrong one. Yeah, right now we're down to 15 because we have 3 people on. Grok just came on and Link's been on. Yep, so our TPS, that's normal in our server, 15 to 16. And there's just nothing we can do about it anymore, right? Because it's been 5 months old, this server, and there's so much happening, but it's still very playable. You know, I mean, look at this. The blocks break almost instantly, all these things. So we're good with it, but that just influences the tick on this right here. So I'm going to have to figure out what to do if I'm just going to use golden bags of holding, or if I want to use one of these here. the handy bags and just have 4 different. That's a lot of inventory I can carry around with me. So I might do that, you know, over here I have other stuff that I have from the temple build, and I could put 2 more cards. So I might use this. The only problem I always had with this bag is, you see when you have something in inventory, and when you shift click on it, it's supposed to come down to your bar. Okay, so if I need this right now to build, shift click, it goes up here first, and then it comes down to the bar. So that is the only problem I have with this handy bag. That's the only reason why I haven't been using it, is simply that, because I don't like having to drag it down here for building. It's just, you know, it's the, what is that, the memory, muscle memory. It's really hard for me to change the way I play after such a long time. Anyway, so and then this one over here I'm gonna keep empty. I might use this for a quick travel from up here. I was thinking of taking a look at the button module here, button right there, the button module, and see if I can set these up. I think I have an idea. I know that there's a simple dialer that when it gets redstone power, it dials to a certain destination. So for example, I could have a one right here or something, right? Just a quick one. Hey, I need to go to spawn and step into it, done. So I want to take a look into that. But anyways, let me know how you guys like this. I'm happy how this is starting to turn out. I wanted this to be crowded, but still enough room to set up automation. So the other thing is, we figured out how to do the patterns over here, right? Oh, there's one thing, by the way. Earlier, I made this a little bit more complicated, I think. There was 2 in here. Okay, so let's just take this out. So I'd say, all right, I don't want to have it in here. Now, instead of disabling this one, I could simply click on that one and say top, right? And now when I insert it, it's going to go into that one. Next one I want to put down here, I click on top. So now this one is on, there's one in here and one in there, and this one is empty. So I hope that makes sense. That's easier than unchecking them. And the last thing I want to do here is try to figure out how to set up a machine automation. And I think I got an idea on how to do that. So one thing I got to make me a lot of is nether quartz turns into silicon when you smelt it. And you need to use a processing pattern encoder. That's what I used here. And for that, I want to use the smelting factory here. And I'm going to set this to on so I don't forget. So it's just, you know, if I send 3 stacks, it does 3 stacks at the same time. Or I shouldn't say that. If I send 1 stack, it will spread it out equally here. Quick, right? And for that, we're also going to need a crafter. And place it there. And this is the front. Okay, I think that's how I understand it. So I need a wrench. And I think, yeah, there we go. You can wrench this, and now it's pointing into the machine. So now I'm going to need to accept the input from the back, and the output I'm going to put on top. All right. And of course, I have to... This is the sag mill. I'm going to just set all of these up here real quick. Can I just click on you like this? Oh, perfect. Okay, and how about here? Nice. Because these 4 here, I'm pretty sure are the ones that I'm going to automate first. You know, lots of enriching, lots of smelting. Alloy smelter, of course, to make all, you know, the things. I'm so happy when I'm finally able to set up an octatic capacitor, you know, these things right here, because the recipe takes forever to make. And the sag mill. So now they're all connected. And we're going to try out something over here in just a second. So the smelting right here, I'm going to put this pattern in there. Now, my thing is that because this machine is so fast, that if I just put an importer up here and go back, and I'm sure I can put speed upgrades in here, I think it's going to be too slow. So what I want to do here is set a interface. I first was thinking of conduit and speed upgrades, but we're just going to put an interface up here. This should act like the interface from AE, right? So if I shift click something in here, oh, it's not connected. Connect this right here, and it's, oh my lord, is this slow. But at least you have a little bit of, I gotta put speed upgrades in here, there's no doubt. Let's get these 4 here. I need this to be fast, because this machine is just so freaky fast, right? Let's try this again with 4 speed upgrades. Oh, bye, Link. Got it out before he logged off. Good. Because I shift-clicked it in there, it went directly in the system. I gotta put these here. Let's try this again. Alright, that's much faster. Okay. But these take an import and an export bus to make. So we're gonna try this first with the import bus again, because that would be a lot cheaper. And I wonder that if I put the speed upgrades in here, if that will be fast enough. So we got the pattern in here to smelt this. So why don't we try this real quick? Let me... Ooh, I gotta find it. Right here. So let's get not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get 5. It's fine. And let's put these at 6 stacks. Okay. But we have the setup here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. 5. And start. And start. And I just want to see how fast... Oh, perfect. So it's pulling it out as fast as it makes them. And that's interesting. It doesn't send a stack at a time. But it's fast enough to keep it filled. So I'm okay with that. That speed is fine. And that's it. So that is how you set that up. Now the other thing I wanted to try out here is let's try this on the alloy smelter. Because I wanted to see, let's make another pattern here real quick. Not from... I wish these machines would look a little bit different here in the front. That's gonna take me a while to get used to. But let's put this guy in here. And let's see here real quick. Alloy. What's an alloy that I need to move off it? Definitely energetic. So that's gonna be redstone, gold, and glowstone. So let's get a stack. Stack. And a stack. And I also need to get... Let's get it out here. Do I have any? I don't have any made. Okay, so let's just make one by hand real quick. And this is already also the test. Wrong machine. Because I want to see as if I can push and pull into the same thing here. You know how Ender Oil machines have that? So let's put 1, 1, and 1. And this is set to alloy only. And I want to see if it pushes it into the interface. Or the crafter. Okay, so that does not work. You cannot receive them back like it was an AE. Yeah, I don't see this working, right? There's no other setting. And trigger auto crafting, no. Okay, so that doesn't... Whoops. That was the wrong one. That does not work, so I'm gonna have to just set this to... I guess pull is fine. Probably don't need any setting on it. Let's do none. Ender Oil machines are extremely smart. And let's make me another import. Do I have everything? Yes. Where'd he go? Right here. So now set this guy up here. Another cable. And it's gone. And this machine isn't fast, so even with the octatic right here. So I don't think I'll need any speed upgrades. But now let's make one more pattern and we are done for today. Oh, shift left click gets rid of the items. And come on. Open up. Ooh, the lag's real right now. So is that 1 gold, 1 redstone, and oh man. A little bit of a pain in the butt, I have to say. That you need to put them in there one by one. But it's fine. One of those makes one of those. Write it. Give it to me. We'll put this right in here. And put the rest. Bum, 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 bum. So I should be able to make... Oh yeah, there is a way of clicking this. Is it shift left click? No. Somebody told me a trick on how you can do it. Shift right click? No. Alt left click? No. Alt middle mouse? No. Alt right click? No. Alright, I'll figure it out, guys. If you remember the key combination, how to craft something that you have one in the inventory, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna Google it here very shortly. But let's just make another 63 of these and start. And it shows down here item processing. And it's doing it. Very cool. So that is it for today, guys. I know it's been all over the place, but I really wanted to record, you know, the whole thought process, how I put items or where I put machines, why do I decide on one system over another, and all these kind of things, right? I thought it was important because I still have a lot left in this series. I'm not done with Avant in a long shot, but I really want to organize everything, get auto crafting going. And between episodes now, I'm going to set up a lot of patterns. For all, like I said, the refined storage stuff and a lot of the basics, like these alloys and whatever else I come across, a lot of the RF tool parts that I keep making, RF tools, you know, for example, the advanced power cell, the power cell cards, everything that has to do with teleportation and so on. So I'm just gonna set up a ton of patterns for all that stuff, and I'm also gonna hook up these machines and set up patterns on those. So next time we can get going with this. I definitely want to do the solar power on camera, and the upgrade of the miner and the travel network, and we're probably gonna get up to everything on here but the Roots Botania area in the next episode. Okay? So, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.